Hey guys, how you going? Today we're going to take a broken DJI Mavic Air 2 and see if we can get it back into tip-top shape. Let's get to it. So, this is what I've got. Partial kit of a crash drone. I've got a controller, which powers on. I've got a battery which doesn't do anything. And I got a crash drone with a broken gimbal. So the first thing I want to do is see if the controller works with the phone. Apps open. Plug it in. Not looking promising. After playing for a while with my phone's USB settings, all that seemed to need to be done was flip the USB cable around.
Oh, there we go. Searching for aircraft. Sweet.
Okay, that seems to be working. Cool. Next thing is the battery. So I understand when these batteries, when discharged sufficiently, they go into a self-protect mode, but also when crashed or damaged, are smart enough to permanently disable themselves from being used. From being used again. So, I'm hoping it's not the latter. But the only way to know is to try and charge it, so that's what I'm going to do.
Green light. Not looking promising. Might be out for a new battery. Well, we'll leave it for 10 minutes and see how it goes.
That's frustrating. That's going to make it difficult to check the state of the drone unless it's repairable, or I buy a new battery, or come up with a different solution. So I've got a working controller, I've got a non-working battery by the looks of it, which means it's not going to be easy to work out the true extent of the damage to the drone, but I can at least have a look at the gimbal and see if that can be fixed.
Whoa. Jesus. Crashed. I think it was submerged.
That's looking pretty crap in there. So I was told this drone had crashed, and it wasn't connecting to the controller. That's all. This looks like it's been in a river for a while. Well, we can take the gimbal out and have a look at it. See what else is going on in there. But if it's been submerged, then this is... yeah, that's not ideal. Take all the screws off so I don't lose them. Okay, we've got a gimbal out. Let's have a look under the main board. See if we can work out what's going on with this drone. Okay. Nice. Not.
So all I really need to do for the gimbal, it's easier than I thought, is just glue that back together. I thought this bit, which spins, was actually riding on a like a bush, but that's actually sitting on something inside because that spins with that. Because that does rotate there, so I don't want to get any epoxy in that joint in there.
Alright, that seems pretty solid. And it can go back in the drone. So in lieu of having a battery, I decided to power up the drone via a power supply and see if I could see what might be wrong with it. Got something. Doesn't sound good though. Doesn't look good either.
It's very odd. Gimbal mode, gimbal calibration, auto.
Gimbal is not calibrating though. It's just sitting there stuck. Seeing as I had a semi-working drone, I thought maybe some firmware updates might fix the gimbal issue, but this process just got stuck because there wasn't a real battery powering the drone. So it's pretty evident I really need to get this battery working. Even if I can get this battery working for a minute or so, I can see what errors I'm really up against with this drone. So starting in the least destructive manner, I'm going to see if I can talk to it via Raspberry Pi over the I2C interface that's broken out on the battery connector. Using an open source library, I should be able to connect to the battery, but after not getting any comms with the battery, I decided I was just going to resort to opening it up, see if I could see anything obviously internal wrong with it, cell voltages being out of range, damage to the board, etc.
Okay, so I gave up trying to fix the battery or get it working. It's had some obvious water damage, as evidenced by the water indicator there. And in taking it apart, I broke the ribbon cable that connects the LEDs and the button, and also the connector. So while the cells are all good, it seems pretty obvious the board is bad. So I just resigned to buying a new battery. This will be able to confirm to me whether at least the drone is viable and any other possible issues, although it's not reporting any other issues. Okay, now I've got a actually charged battery. We can now plug this guy in. Alright, I've got no props, so I think obviously the gimbal is not working on at least one axis, and I'm not sure if these props or these motors are also cactus because they're not spinning. But I'm also noticing the ESCs aren't chiming when it powers up all the time, so I think there might be that might explain why some of these aren't working. Just a ESC board problem. Okay, ESC error. Okay, ESC connection error. Repairs required. Right. Okay, well I think that pretty much says it then. It's not going to be able to take off. Gimbal's broke. Pretty sure a ESC board is a good amount of money, and then I don't have a working gimbal either. So I think this is a lost cause, unfortunately. Next up, hopefully I have more luck with the DSLR, which I have to repair. But yeah, not successful today, unfortunately. This is just too much of a fix. I basically have to replace the ESC board, and then I don't even know if the motors are going to work or if the motors are broken. And then when I invest in that, I still don't even know if the IMU and the GPS is working. I suppose I can kind of check that by taking it outside, but still, basically just need a whole new drone. So I think that's it for this one. Unfortunately, wasn't to be. Would have been good though.